Dear students, after a long time, I'm back with the video. Welcome back to my channel, ACE Commerce with Dr. Alice Morning. I'm happy to tell you that I'm coming with a new subject, financial management. Financial management is important if you are a government organization, non-government organization, company, individual, NGO, anyone, housewife, anyone, it's important. Financial management. There lies the success. How you manage your funds, minimize your returns, minimize your risk and maximize your returns. That is the sole objective of financial management. So for all levels, it's important. Now we are going to start this subject with different modules and I will be using Indian company examples also. The notes, the PPT, everything will be available in the description box and you can use that. So we'll start with module 1 and what all I'm going to cover in module 1. Module 1, 4 topics I'm going to cover. One is meaning of financial management. Second is aims of financial management. Third is the task involved. And fourth is the primary objectives. So if you talk about module 1, that meaning of financial management, 4 things are involved. It's planning, organizing, directing and controlling. See, planning, if you take the example of Tata Group of companies, they are into IT sector, automobiles and steel. So they have to plan their finance properly, allocate to different sectors they are involved in. Then they have to achieve the result. If you are organizing, see many companies when they are planning their activities, say for example if they are Dabur company, if you take the example, they try to arrange resources or natural raw materials from the local markets. So that is organizing. How you organize, where you can reduce the cost. They will organize the activities. Similarly, companies like Ola, Uber and all, they are using electric vehicles to reduce the expenses. Then directing to the correct path. That is, the main objective is maximizing the profits. So if you see different banks, different strategies they have to maximize the profits. And controlling. Fourth point is controlling. Controlling the various expenses. So when you have resources, sometimes it will be limited resources. How you put that for maximum benefit? Sometimes you will have huge resources. So reducing the waste, controlling the activities, directing the activities for your overall objectives. So that is the aims of financial management. If you take 4 examples, one is or 4 points we will cover: planning, organizing, directing and controlling. So now we will come to the second topic what we want to explain in this module, that is aims of financial management. So aims of financial management, the first point is maximizing profits. Anybody doing business, their idea is to maximize profits. See the company Reliance, how they will enter into, how they will go for mergers, acquisitions, what all talents available in the globe. Everything they will try to acquire, they will try to make profit out of that. Maximizing profit, whenever I'll think about that, I'll think about the Reliance company. So second aim of financial management is ensuring liquidity. So now what do you mean by ensuring liquidity? You know that banks, they are under RBI control. So every bank under RBI control, they have to meet CRR and SLR requirements. Plus, whenever the depositors will come back and ask for deposits, they have to repay that. So ensuring liquidity, we can take the principles what are followed by the banks. Similarly, this is applicable for all companies. They need funds to meet the day-to-day expenses, their operational expenses. Salaries have to be paid, electricity bill, water bill, the repairs and renewals, all this, different insurance schemes, everything they have to meet. Third point is managing risk. Now, what do you mean by managing risk? Every business, it's not without risk. Every business, what they are going through, they have to face so many risks. It may be a global factor. It may be a war like Russia, Ukraine or Palestine, Gaza. Whatever the war is affected globally, or whatever change of president in US, any change in or any crisis followed if happening in one country like Bangladesh or anything like that, it can affect the business. Sometimes they may have export import dealings with that country, so they have to manage the risk. So whenever the financial management, they are thinking about that, they have to see that the risk is reduced. Whatever they have to, there are different techniques to forecast the risk, to control the risk, everything we will learn in detail later. Fourth is enhancing overall value. Enhancing overall value. Now what do you mean by enhancing overall value? Overall value meaning the people, customers should be happy about that company. So that means the reputation the company is enjoying by being in the market for so many years. Or you have to remember that the value or the recognition given by customers to that product, different products and services. If you want to go to a banking service, you will think that banks under RBI control we will go, because there are some protection, rules and regulations are applicable. So here you have to remember that enhancing the overall value of the company, a company, Tata Group of companies, they are in the market for number of years. So when we want to buy a product also, if Tata product is available, we will go for that. The value the customers are giving for the company, it will come through financial management. Now, coming to the third topic, what are the tasks involved? See, first point is budgeting. Budgeting is very essential for the smooth functioning of financial management. Budgeting is very important for either at a personal level or at official level, it's very important. If you take the example, first is budgeting. See, if you take our department budget or an institution budget, we have to remember that we have to meet the various expenses. Salary to staff will be there. Guest lectures will be there. Guest lecture remuneration will be there. Guest lecture remuneration will be there. Guest talks will be there. Then you have to buy stationery items. You have to buy stationery. You have to meet various administrative expenses. Various administrative expenses, like that there are a list of items. So budgeting, what they will do, every year they will prepare before itself, 25 budget, 25-26 budget they will prepare by 24 December. So then they will have an idea what all the expected expenses, what all the expected incomes, how they are meeting that. Similarly, after the budget also, there will be always scrutiny, whether they are able to follow that, whether their expenses are exceeding the income, all the checking will be there or audit will be there. So there, wherever correction, that controlling will be possible. Second task is forecasting. So second is forecasting. We know that business is full of risk. So some companies, now we are working in a global economy. So sometimes some invention happening in a foreign country can affect the Indian business also. So they have to see that what all they have to predict. See, the correct prediction will get the best result. They can maximize their profits if they are able to predict things properly. So forecasting, it can be based on whether they are increasing the sales or there will be decrease in sales, or whether they are going to different markets, different countries, different states. All this will be involved in the forecasting. Third is investment decision. Investment decision. So investment decision, sometimes they will have excess funds. So if they are not utilizing for that business at the moment, what they will do? They will use that for merger, they will use that for acquisition. Sometimes they will invest in banks or financial institutions where they can get returns. Sometimes it will be stock market investments. Then you have to remember task involved cost control. Cost control is very, very important if you want to achieve the main objective of financial management. That is, whether they are maximizing profit or maximizing wealth of shareholders. Every step you have to reduce the expenses. Now we are coming to the fourth topic what we want to explain in this module, primary objectives of financial management. So if you see that, first one is ensuring adequate funds. Now what do you mean by ensuring adequate funds? If you take the example of Wipro group of companies, they are into different products, totally unrelated. IT is their main sector, then they are into consumer durables, they are into electric light, all this electric fittings, then they are into vegetable oil, so many unrelated products they have. So how they will ensure that adequate funds are there available for their entire business operation? This is one important thing, primary objective. If funds are not available for one sector, it can affect the business badly. Second point is maximizing profitability. Now, what do you mean by maximizing profitability? Take the case of our Indian example and Bangalore-based company Infosys. How they are maximizing their profits? They are also mainly into IT sector, but their expansion they are dealing with the global brand. They are the global brand. Wherever they have business opportunities, they are taking so that they are able to maximize their profit. Third point is maintaining liquidity. So maintaining liquidity, if you take the example, banks are the best examples. They are meeting the reserve requirements with RBI. Whenever depositors will come and ask for their deposits, they should be able to repay that. Sometimes it will be fixed deposits, sometimes it will be recurring deposits, sometimes it will be saving deposits. Anything it can be. Liquidity, we always have to see that banks or the financial institutions should provide financial liquidity. They should have the liquid sources. This is also true for other companies where they are meeting their day-to-day expenses with the liquid funds available. Now the next point is minimizing cost and managing risk. What do you mean by minimizing cost? So you know that Ola, Uber and all, they are using electric vehicles in their tech service. So that meaning electric service, you know that if you book that also, rates are less, the minimum possible, or it's very less compared to other vehicles. So we are doing minimizing cost. Every company will try to do that. Or if you take the case of Amazon, they will they will try to reduce the logistic expenses whenever they can easily available. Whenever the customers want the product, then they are ready to give them at the shortest time, and they will see that they can reduce the risk and the cost. So the cost in supplying, sending item, all these things they have to consider if they are involved in transporting items or a logistics company. Next, you have to remember the last point is enhancing value. Enhancing value, you have to remember how you create value for your product, the company, the services. Maybe the company will be the best employer. People are ready to work. Best example is TCS. TCS training is very good, and some of the IT company engineers, they will join just to get the training. So they have to remember that, you have to remember that the value they create, maybe it's a good workplace to work. Maybe their employees are very happy working for the organization. Maybe it's the product and services we are enjoying. There are no complaints. So the feedback, customer feedback is good. Or the companies take care of the customers properly. So all these things are involved in the primary objectives of financial management. So these 4 points I wanted to explain in this module. This is the module 1. Please remember that we will be uploading videos regularly. Make use of the PPT and the notes. My notes I am using from my textbook only. You know that I have authored about 106 textbooks in various related commerce subjects. So that notes I will be using. In that you can get it from the, I'll scan and put that in the description box. So that also you can use. And I'm using company examples. This is new ideas we are getting from the students, how the videos can be more interactive. Please subscribe and watch my channel, and please come back with your criticisms or suggestions, anything, so that we can improve. Till we meet, happy learning. Thank you.